heard a lot about the fact that Democrats have been talking about Elon Musk. And let me give you a news alert. We're not gonna stop talking about him. We're gonna keep talking about him until he is out of here. Now, if he wants to be elected or appointed and confirmed to something, then so be it. But as of right now, we have somebody that for whatever reason, I don't know if y'all just trying to play in our face because you think we're stupid, or if you literally just cannot see the difference in a George Soros and a Bill Gates. But let me give you a little bit of the difference. Number one, George Soros nor Bill Gates ever somehow decided to turn off the spigot of money that was going through to various organizations and agencies to the extent that it had actually been ordered by law that they should have access to it, to the extent that people are dying.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
F off.
That's it.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
F off.
You won't believe what just went down on live TV. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett just hit Elon Musk and Donald Trump with the kind of verbal wrecking ball that makes you want to rewind and watch it again in slow motion. Trump looked like someone just unplugged his brain mid-sentence. And Elon, he's probably still somewhere tweeting in Morse code. Crockett didn't just clap back. She served up a whole buffet of truth with extra hot sauce. And yes, she dragged Musk for basically moonlighting as a budget villain who's out here blocking legal funding like it's a game of Monopoly. The man is cutting off life-saving money because vibes? And when she said, "Let me give you a little bit of the difference," oof, you knew it was about to go from 0 to flamethrower in 3 seconds flat. George Soros and Bill Gates, still billionaires, but at least they're not cosplaying as Bond villains trying to shut down the government through Wi-Fi. And then there was this moment.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Trump. You gonna learn a few lessons from us. And I'm gonna be the first one. You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out, all right?
Oh, she's not yelling yet, but that's what makes it even better. This was Crockett's calm before the chaos moment, the political version of rolling up your sleeves before flipping the table. She looked directly into the Trump-Musk ego machine and basically said, "Class is in session, and I'm your worst nightmare with a microphone." You could feel it. The message was clear. Trump with his usual toddler on a sugar-high energy, and Elon tweeting from his rocket lair are about to get schooled, and not gently. Jasmine didn't raise her voice because she didn't have to. She was radiating "don't start none, won't be none" energy. And yeah, that line, "you and your little friend off Twitter," it sounds like something the Wicked Witch of the West would say if she were fed up with billionaires and had a law degree. Trust me. What comes next? It's going way off the rails. It involves Elon Musk, Gaza, and condoms. Yes, seriously.
I do want to be clear, before the Trump administration came in, this committee did exist in the form of the Oversight Committee. Our task is to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. Interestingly enough, our chairwoman, who is so passionate about this today, she missed every single one of those improper payment hearings. Just to be clear, I was there, so I don't want anyone to believe that Democrats just come to work and don't plan to do work. Right now, they have relinquished their constitutional duties over to an unelected bureaucrat, someone who no one went out to vote for. And absolutely, he is occupying the Oval Office, as we saw yesterday. And that is a first for me, to see someone occupying the Oval Office who's never actually been elected to the Oval Office and actually answering more questions than the person that allegedly got elected.
This is where Jasmine turns the volume down and the burn up. No screaming, no theatrics, just pure surgical grade shade. She basically said, "While y'all were skipping class, I was doing the homework." And did you catch the jab? She didn't just expose Elon's latest mess. She ripped the curtain off the entire cosplay presidency Republicans are currently running. An unelected bureaucrat acting like he's president in the Oval Office? Who needs voters when you've got billionaires playing make-believe with democracy? Honestly, it's giving Silicon Valley coup in slow motion. Now let's talk about the human Tesla recall himself, Elon Musk, the man, the meme, the safety hazard. Somehow this guy fooled half the internet into thinking he's Tony Stark, but Crockett just reminded everyone. His cars catch fire faster than his reputation. And what does she ask?
My question is, Elon, what have you done besides tear us apart? Besides be in over your head, besides make sure that you continue to enrich yourself so that not only you can continue to be the richest person in the world, but you can make sure that other people that are already struggling, unfortunately, end up falling on even harder times.
Oof. That was less a question and more of an obituary for Elon's PR team. Because let's be real, what has he done lately besides play Monopoly with public trust and treat Twitter like his personal rage journal? And don't think we forgot his crypto phase. Remember when he pumped Dogecoin like it was the antidote to inflation? Now it's just vibes and broken dreams. Doge to the moon. More like Doge to the basement, while Elon's soaking in his second gold-plated bathtub. And Jasmine, she didn't have to exaggerate. She just told the truth, and somehow that hurt more than 1,000 memes. Just wait until we get to the part where he tries to be a humanitarian. You're not ready.
Then another layer of fear, especially since normally when you are going to be in a position like that, you have to go through security clearances. And let me tell you, some people think security clearances are all about whether or not you have a warrant or not. No, they look at whether or not you have some sort of divided interest. They look at whether or not you have good credit. They look at so many other things. And we're talking about someone who's unelected, unvetted, and definitely unconfirmed that is now literally sitting atop our $6 trillion. And we don't know what it is that he's doing. And we honestly don't know what role he has.
Okay. Hold up, let's get this straight. Elon Musk, a man who struggles to run a social media app without breaking it weekly, is now hovering around $6 trillion of taxpayer resources, without any kind of security clearance. No background check, no vetting, just a one-way ticket into the heart of government spending like it's Black Friday at the Pentagon. Crockett hit the nail dead on. You can't even rent an apartment with bad credit, but Elon gets to fumble around government infrastructure because tech bro swagger. This isn't oversight, it's undersight, or maybe no sight. And just when you think this circus couldn't get any more absurd, enter Elon Musk, international condom correspondent. Because yes, with the confidence of a guy who thinks reading Reddit is the same as earning a PhD, Elon accused the Biden administration of sending condoms to Gaza. Condoms, not aid, not water, not insulin. Condoms. Apparently, he thinks the US government is out here playing Cupid while civilians are being bombed. And of course, there's zero evidence. Not a single invoice, no receipts. Just Elon tweeting like a QAnon uncle after 3 Red Bulls and a conspiracy podcast binge. And Jasmine? Oh, she shut it down like a librarian during finals week.
If you are trying to conduct audits and figure out where the waste, fraud, and abuse is, I don't know why you would go to some tech guy. In fact, it was only techies that were sitting there at inauguration. We didn't have auditors. I would welcome auditors to come in and do forensic audits. In fact, he sat there in the Oval Office yesterday and he admitted that he was lying and he was using his propaganda machine to do it when he said that we sent millions of dollars to Gaza for condoms. That was a lie.
That was a fatality. She didn't argue, she documented. She reminded the room that Elon isn't an auditor, he's just an unhinged tech guy with a Wi-Fi connection and a god complex. And he admitted it, said it with his whole chest right from the Oval Office like he was reading off a Facebook meme. And just when you think the Elon mess is the peak of the madness, here comes the walking Cheeto dust storm himself, Donald J. Trump. Elon's chaos almost looks quaint when compared to Trump, who showed up looking like he mistook a press conference for a Mar-a-Lago brunch buffet. And Jasmine, she didn't just roast him, she flambéed him like she was hosting Hell's Kitchen.
You were involved in a hearing with Elon Musk about condoms, right? Do you remember this whole?
It wasn't with Elon. Elon, if you're watching, come through, boo, because you haven't shown up to the Doge subcommittee yet.
Right.
That's right. Crockett throwing shade like it's part of the congressional dress code. Elon's out here tossing conspiracy tweets into the wind, and Jasmine's just standing there like, Elon, sweetie, you could have shown up, but you didn't because you're scared of follow-up questions that don't come with a like button. And then came the real dessert course. Donald Trump, America's least successful overachiever, trying to convince everyone he's the next Warren Buffett. Spoiler alert, the only thing Trump successfully ran into the ground faster than Trump vodka is everything else he's ever touched. The man really flexed his business genius, the same genius that brought us Trump steaks, tasted like regret, Trump University, legally classified as fraud, and of course Trump vodka, which failed in a country that literally runs on alcohol. He even bankrupted a casino. Do you know how hard that is? That's like setting a pile of winning lottery tickets on fire and calling it strategy. People show up to casinos specifically to lose money, and he still lost more. Crockett, calm as ever, just laid it all out. No shouting, no gimmicks, just truth. The kind that slaps harder than Trump's hairline in a wind tunnel.
This just happened to be after, in a bipartisan way, this particular chamber decided that they were going to impeach.
That's right. She reminded everyone this isn't just about bad vodka or fake universities. This is about a guy who inspired an actual insurrection, got impeached for it, and then walked out acting like the victim of what? Accountability? And while Trump plays the forgotten man's best friend on Fox News, Crockett exposed the joke. The man literally forgot the man. That healthcare plan he promised in 2016, still coming next week. Probably riding shotgun in the same van as Hillary's emails. Meanwhile, Musk, our man of the people, treats labor unions like viruses and employees like disposable USB drives. Jasmine didn't need to embellish, she just named what was already happening. Union busting? Check. Tech bros playing president? Check. It's honestly amazing how these two, Trump, who thinks he's George Washington if Washington sold timeshares, and Elon, who believes he's Iron Man but gives off dollar store Megatron vibes, still get this much airtime. At this point, we're just waiting for someone to walk in, turn off the mic, and say, okay, show's over.
That's the big issue that we have. Elon Musk boosted false USA conspiracy theories to shut down global aid. Now, while he was boosting those lies about US aid, and he was stopping money going for, say, things such as Head Start, somehow the only money that didn't stop was the money to him and his organization. Now, I don't know how you can have him be the watchdog as well as the guy that is literally living off of the government. If we want to talk about government welfare, it looks like Elon Musk, because it's my understanding that just on yesterday, a new contract was approved for approximately $300 million for Elon Musk.
Boom. Crockett pulled no punches and said what we were all thinking. Elon Musk isn't the watchdog. He's the guy eating the kibble while robbing the pet store. He's out here pushing wild conspiracy theories about USAID, cutting off critical funding for programs like Head Start, while somehow keeping the cash faucet wide open for himself? That's right, the man who loves to rant about government handouts just bagged another $300 million contract. If hypocrisy were a Tesla model, Musk would be the Plaid edition. And this free speech thing, don't even get started. Musk acts like he's the last Jedi of free expression. But say one word about his self-driving disasters or the fact that Twitter, X, is now basically an extremist group chat, and boom, you're suspended. Free speech for him? Absolutely. For the rest of us, not unless you're cosplaying as an incel philosopher. And Trump, still stuck in 2020 like a broken record that just keeps getting more embarrassing. He's on his 9th version of They Stole It. And Crockett's just sitting there like, sir, you lost. Also, wear clothes. Because let's be honest, that's not an emperor you want to picture naked.
You're also calling on Musk to appear before Congress. Why? What do you want to ask him?
Well, first of all, I want to ask him, what exactly has he been doing? Who is it that he's hired? Who is it that he's firing? How he's coming to the conclusions that he's coming to? What makes him believe that getting rid of our workforce, including those that are in charge of keeping our nuke situation safe or keeping planes from falling out of the sky? I want some analysis behind what it is that he is recommending to the president or to OPM or to anyone else that is engaging in what I feel like is more so a dismantling of our modern day democratic republic. And I want him to basically prove me wrong. I want to know that there is some end game that actually benefits the American people.
This was the moment she flipped the table. While Musk launches rockets and Trump launches lawsuits, Jasmine launched a full audit of their nonsense. She's not just asking questions, she's demanding receipts. How does firing air traffic safety teams and nukes management people benefit anyone not named Elon? What's the end game here? And why does it feel like disaster capitalism with extra steps? And then came the final body blow. She pulled back the curtain on their shared trick, distraction. Trump throws a rally. Musk launches a rocket. The crowd oohs and ahs while these two quietly empty the vault. But Crockett, she wasn't having it. She redirected the spotlight, exposed the stagehands, and reminded everyone, while you're watching the fireworks, the house is on fire. Somewhere backstage, Elon's probably firing off memes in a panic, while Trump's asking if he can sue the lighting crew. And as for Dogecoin, oh yeah, she brought that back Act 2, Musk turned a joke coin into a financial punchline. People lost real money while he laughed all the way to another private island. It's not innovation, it's Silicon Valley snake oil, and Crockett called it out like it was her day job, because it is.
Do you know why they went after access to the federal government's payment system?
I have no idea, but I don't have any positive thoughts when it comes down to it. I appreciate that you played the clip of Jamie Raskin, and as you know, Congressman Raskin asked, why do you need access? I mean, here it is. I'm a wholly, fully elected member of Congress. I don't have that kind of access. So when you start talking about who should have access to literally the system that controls approximately $6 trillion of our dollars, I don't really understand, because the people that worked in those positions could only distribute money per the law. So why is it that the Doge Committee would have to have access? And that's not the place that you go to look for cuts. You look at our budget, which it is Congress that has the power of the purse. You look at our budget, you help the president come up with his proposed budget, and then the House and the Senate will decide what we send to his.
And just like that, Crockett cracked the whole thing wide open, because the second she questioned why Elon and his MAGA minions wanted access to literally the money printer of the federal government, it became painfully clear. These people don't want oversight. They want control over your money. And Jamie Raskin's voice echoing in the background, that was basically the soundtrack to their credibility crumbling into confetti. Crockett's point? Sharp, direct, lethal. Congress holds the purse, not Space Karen, and definitely not the guy who thought Puerto Rico was a separate country. She didn't just speak truth, she dragged the whole circus tent down with her. And when she started pulling the threads, the fake charity stunts, the MAGA manufactured outrage, the non-stop blame shifting, oh, it wasn't just a clapback. It was a political takedown worthy of a Netflix special. She broke it down so effortlessly, it felt illegal. Here's the real kicker. Elon and Trump, they're not innovating. They're just rerunning the same tired script. Step 1, break something that matters. Step 2, blame the nearest Democrat. Step 3, tell Twitter it's part of a bold new vision. Meanwhile, nothing gets fixed. People suffer, and somehow they get richer. What a coincidence, right? By the time Crockett wrapped, Elon looked like someone who just realized his next rocket might explode on the launch pad. And Trump, he looked like he remembered mid-sentence that he still doesn't know where Ukraine is, or how maps work, or how to pronounce anonymous.
And so I think that we have to understand that we are not dealing with normal people. We are dealing with someone who is proven to be a criminal, proven to be disrespectful to us as Americans. And listen, we have to fight him the exact same way. We have to come back with the same type of energy.
Boom, that was it. Crockett dropped a truth bomb so loud, it probably gave Trump's legal team a migraine. Musk and Trump were left in the digital dust. Credibility scorched, egos obliterated, and the audience? Eating it up like popcorn at a scandal marathon. No notes, just vibes and carnage. It wasn't just a roast, it was a political exorcism. Crockett didn't just call them out, she erased them, one mic drop at a time. And the best part, not a single angry billionaire could come up with a comeback that didn't sound like a malfunctioning ChatGPT prompt. The crowd obsessed, the bots melting, the empire crumbling.
Make sure that I keep it short, but I am truly here for very selfish reasons. Starting with, on March 29th, it's my birthday. And all I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down.
The woman wants Elon served for her birthday. And honestly, same. While Musk's probably busy drafting another half-baked tweet about Dogecoin from the jacuzzi of his 4th mega yacht, trying to act like he's still relatable. And Trump? Oh, he's still doing his greatest hits, yelling about rigged elections like your uncle who got banned from Facebook but won't stop talking about it at Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, Jasmine Crockett, she's sitting back like a queen, sipping her birthday tea, knowing she just obliterated the 2 biggest egos in America and made it look easy. The way she casually dismantled them, it had main character energy. Not only did she clock Musk and Trump with surgical precision, she did it with the kind of confidence you only get from knowing you're 100% right and they're 100% toast. So next time one of these two tries to hijack the headlines again, just smile, because Jasmine Crockett already replied and they never recovered. Now click here, because the next Trump meltdown, you're not ready for this one.